This is Dawn, who is a darling friend of a darling friend, and we're also connected on some beautiful Facebook groups. And I've asked Dawn if she would speak with me, because my absolute passion in life is to be able to connect with people who have outstanding life stories, and really know who they are because of their life story, and also what it is that they are bringing into the world. So Dawn and I have just been chatting a little bit, but I also asked permission to record this, because everything we're saying, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's so many people who need to hear what Dawn knows, and her insight and her value to life. So thank you, Dawn, for letting me record this and sharing some time with me, my darling.
Thank you for inviting me, and it's wonderful for us to finally meet, because, yeah, as you said, we have a wonderful, dear mutual friend, and she's been wanting us to meet forever. Yes. So it's lovely to finally meet you.
I'm going to just recap us a little bit, because, it was lovely what we were saying about that piece of allowing ourselves to speak our truth and to claim what it is that we need and to say it. And in your situation, you really are relying on carers and people coming in to help you. And we were laughing, because it was just like, okay, they're not psychic yet. And so how do you get what you need out of that? I'd love us just to say that again, Dawn, if you could speak to that a moment.
Well, one of the reasons that I'm in my bed is because I decided to have a self-care day today. Mm-hmm. Because normally my life is so regimented. I have carers that come, get me out of bed, get me to the toilet. It's like, you have 10 minutes to poo before we get you back dressed, bath, get to your desk. Then I don't see anybody for a couple of hours. At least I do have some time to myself. But there's no spontaneity. There's, this is the time I get breakfast. This is what I have for breakfast. This is my toilet time. This is my nappy time. This is my sit at my desk time. This is my lunch time. This is my, if I can get to my school to take my dogs out time. So everything is regimented, and it's nice to have that regimentation, but I love being able to spontaneously give myself permission to have a day in bed reading and doing whatever I want to do. But I do rely on the people to help me, because in the last year, it's more than a year, I got terribly ill last year and died and came back to life, chose to take that next breath that kept me here. And it was a choice. And it makes me tearful every time I talk the story, because it was seriously a choice that I made, and it would have been so easy to float away.
Yes.
But again, it's always not wanting to be a burden. And my family, my son and my grandchildren were here for a wedding. And I thought, I can't die this weekend, because imagine ruining the wedding for the entire family. So I chose to take that next breath. And it was such a huge, huge effort. But since then, I have had to learn to walk again. I still am in nappies 24/7. And that drives me insane, because of all the landfall that I'm creating. And, it's like, I've got to get out of this. Yeah. But I am so dependent on other people still. And my late husband, who died in 2017, well, we'd been divorced for 9 years, but carried on living together. He always said my middle name was Miss Independence. And now I'm having to learn, as we were talking earlier, to be interdependent and having to learn to ask for help and telling people what I need, because they're not yet psychic, no. And I don't want to be a burden, but I'm having to pay people to look after me. So for heaven's sake, why am I not comfortable telling people what I need? Why am I not comfortable asking for for the help that I need? Why do I still feel guilty? Why do I feel as if I'm a burden? And I have so much to offer. And that's obviously why I'm still here. And I was just listening to or reading some of the stories in the group. You know, we're all doing this Celebrate Me stories today. I've been in tears most of the day reading everybody's stories because we are phenomenal women. We are leaving a legacy for all the women who come behind us, for our descendants, because we are so inspiring. We have so much wisdom, so much to offer. And if all we do is inspire one person, then we've done our jobs. Really, we've done our jobs. And all we have to do is learn how to be absolutely unapologetically who we are.
Beautiful.
And that's one of the things when you need help with absolutely everything, all your inhibitions just go out the window. There's no more space for inhibitions. Yes. I thought when I had my kid, when I gave birth, that, you know, that's when you first lose your inhibitions, because being in a maternity ward, I mean, there are no inhibitions there.
Yes.
And now, you know, just having to ask the next person who's available, please, can you come pick me up off the toilet? You know, if there's anybody around and my carers are not here at the time, come help me.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah, one of the biggest challenges is the toilet, I have to say. I'm going to write a book about toilets.
Oh, Dawn, there's so many places I want to go with this conversation. Oh my goodness, you know, you're choosing to be here and choosing life. That absolutely resonates with my soul, because I also had that moment, that epiphany of, you know, there is more than me just being here in my bag of skin and bones, and I had to make a choice. I've actually had to make a choice twice in this life already. And it really catapults you to another place of, like, who am I then? So who am I now?
Yes.
And I love that when we do that, when we say that I'm here and I truly am here to leave a legacy. Those words are so powerful. Leave a legacy, leave an imprint. And what is that? It's not houses and stuff and cars. It's not even money. It's really, that for me, it's an energy imprint. It's like we're leaving a code or a signal in our human DNA, genetic makeup. That's how I think about it. And that's what we're leaving. So I'm saying that because I'm leading on to your Human Design Academy, and I would love you to say how you work in that place, because I know that this is where you are leaving your gift. This is your gift to bring in. And if more people understood what that is, I think they would just embrace being guided by a divine being like you know.
Well, it's so interesting. I've always been a workshop junkie, and I used to sign up for every webinar that was around. And there was a woman called Adelaide Dunton, many years ago, had a series of a summit. You know, when everybody was running these summits and you could sign up, and every 2 days you got yet another lecture and another lecture. Yeah. And one day it was Karen Curry talking about human design. And oh my God, this just hit a chord. I was taking notes, so many notes on this workshop, and we could send in to get our chart. And I've already studied astrology. If there's anything that's come along my way, I've dabbled in it. I'm a great dabbler. I love tools, any personal development tools. And I have done, I think, probably before I was born, dabbled in tools. I mean, I was born into the most amazing family as well, so that's another discussion. But so this was in September 2012. I listened to this lecture on human design. We could send in for our charts, and my chart arrived with no explanation whatsoever about what it was about. So I started Googling. Thank goodness for Dr. Google. because I found all this amazing information. One of my strengths that I've always had is to be able to take vast amounts of information and simplify it into bullet points. I call myself 5 bullet point Dawn. If I can't understand something in 5 bullet points, it's too complicated.
Mm-hmm.
So I started creating my own notes, because I have to learn by making notes and putting it into a presentation style. And at the time I was teaching Tai Chi to my Tai Chi students. And when they started coming to their classes, instead of us doing Tai Chi, I started showing them all about human design. And one of them said, oh, you must teach this stuff. So a month later, in October 2012, a month after I first came across human design, I ran my first ever in-person human design workshop. And then I started running them every month for 6 years. 6 years, until I got desperately ill last year. And I didn't run any workshops last year because I couldn't speak. I had to learn to speak again.
Oh, my word. Oh.
Because basically I had acute bronchitis, so I lost the ability to breathe. And so I couldn't speak, because speaking took all my breath. So anyway, this was a hobby. Human design became this amazing hobby. And human design teaches us, it gives us a blueprint for our life, for this life. It shows you your life path plus your soul journey for this particular lifetime. So you get 2 astrology charts, as it were, blended together to show you what your path is for this life. It shows you your praise, your challenges, your strengths, the way you interact with other people, the people you attract to your life, the lessons you here to learn, the lessons you teach. It is the most amazing thing, everything that I've ever dabbled in. And so because basically I didn't earn any money last year from earnings from working. I had a huge abundance come into my life, but not from working. But I started my online academy because I found that I have all this material. I've created 12 workshops already on human design, on every aspect. As I'm seeing it, I've created more and more workshops. And I've got hundreds of people who've been through my workshops. And because I can't talk for an entire day now, I couldn't offer that anymore. And so I put all that material into the academy, and I teach it in bite-sized pieces, because people can look at their chart and it looks like a foreign language. And the beauty of learning it through the academy is all the materials there. The people who love to whiz through can go through all the material and learn it in a day or 4 days.
So you were saying that you were been teaching in like 5-minute little modules and bits, so that people can really access the information as deeply or as quickly as they want, which I think is such a great way to teach, by the way, Dawn. That's brilliant.
Well, it is. It's the way I like to learn. Our attention span these days seems to be very short. And my attention span is always being very short. And of course, now that I know my human design, one of the gates I've got is lovingly called the quickie gate. So if it's quick, short and quick, I love it. Don't tell me a big, long, 2-hour long joke. It's got to be short, quick, and to the point.
There you go. Beautiful.
And that's the way I teach, is short, quick, and to the point.
Dawn, I just, I love it so much. I just I can't wait to get my hands on my own human design. And so in a way, your whole life has been kind of guiding you towards knowing who you are, and then this is a tool, as you say, you love tools, and then this is a tool that really helps people to bring all the concepts or their belief systems or ideas about who they are into a place where it really validates it, shows it up for what it truly is. That is such a gift, because we do second guess ourselves, like we said right in the beginning, that we don't speak our truth always, we don't hold our authentic place. We find it very difficult, especially as women, to ask for what we need and want. But when we know that this is our design, can you imagine how powerful we can become in knowing how to present ourselves, how to ask for what we need, how to bring in the gifts of our life? I think this is unbelievably wonderful.
Well, it is the most incredible tool, because the people that have had readings with me or who have learned their human design, no matter who they've learned it from, they are being seen and recognized for who they are.
Yes.
We are, there are 5 primary types, and there are manifestors who are the just go and do it people.
Yes.
And then there are the generators, and the generator types are the ones who are here to do the work. They're not the ones who are designed to go and initiate. And the generators are brought up by their parents. Well, why don't you just go and do it if you want to do it? Well, they're not designed to do that. So the generator kids are brought up as manifestors, and the manifestor kids are brought up as generators. Just sit down and do the work. Manifestors are not here to do the work. They're here to initiate and get things started. And they live in their heads. And their parents are always saying, just sit down and do some work. Well, they don't know how to do that. And, the beauty of knowing who you are, and then you get the projectors who are here to manage and guide us. So they come across as bossy boots.
Yes.
And nobody wants them around because they're trying to tell them what to do. But when the projectors know that they have to wait to be invited, then they can just relax, and they can then manage the people who want to be managed. And it's so amazingly beautiful for people to know who they are, learn how to use the right questioning, the right wording for their particular type, know who is going to respond to them, how people are going to respond to them, how to make the decisions according to their type. It is unbelievably powerful when people can just accept who they are, take off those masks, get rid of the shoulds, coulds, would'ves, and just be themselves. And one of the things that Karen Curry always says, she says, we are each of us individual, unique pieces of the jigsaw puzzle of life.
Yes.
None of us is broken. The only time we get broken is when we try and push ourselves into the wrong place.
That's exactly it. And I had these words come in at one point when I was also writing a lot, and these words came in on some time. I thought, oh really, what on earth does that mean? But it says, I am divinely and uniquely encoded within for my magnificence.
Exactly. That is it, exactly, to a T. Each one of us is absolutely perfect as we are. Even our bodies, and I'm living in a very broken, disabled body, but it is perfect as the vehicle for my soul for this lifetime. My soul chose to go through life, this lifetime, in this body.
Yeah.
However this body is going to live out this life. And that's what human design teaches us, is that our bodies are simply the vehicle that are carrying the soul for this particular life journey.
I know that on so many levels of my beingness, and truly I feel like that is like the best gift that you can pass on. I'm sure there's many gifts, but truly, Dawn, that is such a gift and such a legacy that you leave. This is your imprint, and helping people to reconnect to who they truly are. Then we can show up and be magnificent people in this world. Oh, I so
absolutely. And for people in relationships, just the marriages that have been saved, the children that have been, this is for the children.
Yes.
This system is for the children to learn how to actually be in this life. You know, we're all so busy being human doings instead of being human beings, and it's learning how to be human beings again, being those unique, amazing, brilliant lighthouses that are out there beaming out our energy, because that's what we're doing. We're beaming out our energy, and we are receiving other people's energy. That's all we're here to do. Be transmitters and receivers of energy.
You so speak my language. It's like I'm listening to you saying the things I'm saying all day.
I know, and I love it. And that's what's so beautiful about, I mean, the groups that we're in together, you know, we're all talking the same language, and how amazing to be in those groups where you have this huge sisterhood of like-minded people who are all there uplifting each other. I mean, it's just been the most amazing weekend of reading these amazing, beautiful stories of overcoming challenges.
Oh, it's beyond the words. I would so love for people to hear this little conversation and hear who you are, Dawn, because it's beautiful. So thank you for sharing time and bringing your love and your grace and your graciousness into this world, my sweetheart. Thank you so, so much, Dawn.
Thank you, Joy. It's been an absolute pleasure, and it's so lovely to meet you. And hopefully we do more of these, because I love chatting to you.
I would love to. I don't want to wear you out, but Dawn, I would love to chat to you, and I would love to chat to you about that choice point that you came to, where you chose life. And so I think we can connect again and speak a little bit about that place, because that is pivotal as well to all of us deciding who are we and why are we here. If we can get to that point of choice and truly make a choice, it makes everything different.
Yep, absolutely. And you know, every moment of every day is a choice. Every single moment is a choice.
Yes.
It's not about leaving a legacy of money or anything. It's about leaving a legacy of how do you make people feel. How do you make people feel when they walk away from you? How do they feel?
Exactly. Dawn, so if people want to connect into you and to connect into the Academy and that learning and get that insight, then what is the best way for them to do that, my angel?
My Facebook page is called Consult a Crone, and all my services are on there. Or you look for me as Dawn Pilatowicz. I'm sure you'll probably put a name in there anyway, and I do have a link from there to my page.
All right, sweet.
And otherwise, it's Dawn's Human Design Academy.
All right, sweet.
And that's also on Facebook.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to connect all those links on here, and so much love to you. And please, we'll connect again soon. I can't wait to chat to you, my sweetheart. Thank you. Bless you from the bottom of my heart and soul.
Thank you so much. So much love.
Love you, darling.
The world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful. You and me. We're meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.